questions. So how does that work? And the brains need to understand every detail. We're going to do our best in this call to do two things. We're going to hopefully clarify a few of the basic needs, meaning the basic information that you need to have to make an informed decision. Now, the other thing we want to do in the call here is manage. We want to manage the level of expectations, because the uniqueness of the Crowd One business model is really this. It is a true collaboration of an entire organism. What I mean with that is it's really a collaboration between Videlo, the investment company, ICT, that really holds all of the legals, the operations, as you guys know, and the crowd, the network going on there, but not stopping there. It's going all the way out through to the public market. And so this is an entire organism. And if you do not get your head around that, you'll never really understand the potential and the complexity to the business. Introducing Metaversy. Welcome to the future, because that is exactly what Metaversy is. Now, about a year ago, there was another thing introduced to the crowd that was called a Planet IX. And for those of you who were with the company already then, you will remember from way back, what was going on. You heard about Planet IX, you heard about, a thing called Pix, and you heard about a digital world and how one could own a digital world. I have to level with you guys. When I heard that, I thought, why would anyone want to do that? I mean, you can just copy it and say, now this is my world, you can buy that and it's cheaper than that world. I did not understand the dynamics, but here's what I did understand. I understood that I needed to understand. I needed to get smarter on what was going on. And I think that everyone that looks at any project, that's the first thing. You gotta draw a conclusion in your mind. Are you ready to grow? Are you ready to learn what this is? Because that is the first thing. It's needed, the curiosity, the desire to learn, to want more. And we're going to do our best to tell you what that is. So what is Metaversy? Well, the reality is, at this point, Metaversy really is not fully defined, because the cutting edge of games today, it is a game, but the cutting edge of games today means that they are evolving. So when something is evolving, it simply means that it will reflect how the game is used. It will reflect how the world is playing out. This is a metaverse, which means it lives purely 100% online. It functions online and it functions as a game. However, this is a blockchain-based trading game. A blockchain-based trading game simply means that it's a game where you will be able to hold different assets. You will be able to acquire other assets. Your assets might increase in value. Your assets might decrease in value. So what could make an asset increase in value? Well, if the market situation is very favorable, if there's a lot of things that is pulling in that direction, your assets might really grow in value very dramatically. What could make them lower in value? Well, if the opposite happens, if your business is in an area where there's an earthquake, you might be blocked from delivering your goods. You might be blocked from different basic needs that would then impact your value directly negatively. So what sets these terms? Meaning, who decides on what the news are, how they are going to be distributed? So that's going to be an organism that lives totally parallel to the game, and it's going to be given to everyone in the form of informations. So if you imagine that you on your phone would get a message that something happened, you now need to make decision based on that information for your business. Do you want to buy? Do you want to sell? Do you want to hold your position? That will come in there. The game is going to be about 31% skill based. What it means is you are going to learn about how trading works in the real world, but it lives in a metaverse. Now, despite the fact that it lives in a metaverse, that does not keep it from attaining tangible value. Remember, it's blockchain. This means it's transparent, but also means that it's very, very limited. It's a scarce product. So your skills will grow with this, but there's also so many cool features built into the game relative to what we refer to as a hero feeling. So imagine yourself as a Wall Street hero that basically can live a lifestyle where you make cool decisions on the fly. You are interacting with this game. You're able to position your businesses. You're able to position yourself for future success. This game here is 100% play to earn based. Now, at this point, that is around the full information that you're going to get, because what this is to you and what the game is are actually two very separate things. Because we're crowd one here, and what the purpose of this it really is to say, hey, we got this ultra cool project that is going in a position in the market that's really not taken care of. It's taken the game to a whole new level, but at the same time, this is a project to you. It's a project where you got the opportunity to really get in on the ground level as this is being rolled out with the crowd to the entire world, really. And when you look at this, it's very, very important that you understand the dynamics, the full aspect, not just what I'm about to show you here, because I'll show you now the packages that are involved, but I will also show you after that basically a rollout plan, meaning what are the steps? What can you expect from this? So there are 4 different packages that are currently available. There's a startup, there's a scale up, there's a package called Powerhouse, and the Unicorn. And the prices are, as you see, starting from 99 euros, going over 499 to 499, and up until the 9,999 euros. What's in the packages? Well, you're going to see down below the BP you all know. So the 99 euro package will have 30 BP, and you see the BPs for yourself. No need for me to read them to you. The news here is really the VO, which are virtual options. Now, what is a virtual option? Well, the first thing you got to grab is this. It's a virtual option. So the virtual part simply means that once the game is being released, you will be able to swap your virtual options into actually in-game commodities, in-game virtual stocks in different companies where you can really position yourself. What that simply means is this: if you have more virtual options, you will be granted more shares. More shares simply mean more virtual shares, simply means you will have more in-game currency. You will have more in-game commodities, which will put you ahead of the game. You will be able to acquire businesses. If you compare this to Planet IX, this is really when you're able to have more land or more drones. Here, we're just talking about a virtual world that's based on business and based on daily movements with news, making it very interactive, very easy to learn and very easy to play. But it will still require skills. It will require some nurturing of the game, and that's really where the skill starts to increase and where the hero feeling is really, really cool. And there's a lot of features in there that will help display your skills. That and displaying your skills will really add to the hero feeling. So you will start being able to show friends and family how well you're faring. And what I think is a very, very cool byproduct of this is, apart from the in-game value that you might create, you cannot help but learn how market mechanisms are working, and you cannot help to see that that's exactly the way that you know, it would probably pan out if you were doing it with real live stocks on a stock exchange. So you will actually acquire skills that could impact your financial situation even outside the game. But here you get to learn it on a big scale, on a fun scale, and in a way that that we believe will be very, very much fun for a lot of people. Now, in order to register for this, you do need to have, firstly, a Crowd One account. You do not need to have a package. Well, we do encourage you to have a white package at least, but you need to have a Crowd One account. What that means is this project is exclusively available through Crowd One. So let's just stop there for a moment. This project is exclusively available through Crowd One. What does that mean for you? Well, it means you have access directly. But what it also means is you now have a new vehicle to expand your existing organization. Because if somebody finds this game cool, when they're beginning to see all of the promotion coming out, when they're seeing all of the stuff happening, they will be able to join your team, and they will need to join your team in order to get access. That means your existing team is growing. But it also means that, you know, the sentence Kenny always says, if you build the team once, you can earn on multiple opportunities. For those of you who already built, for those of you who listened to the calls in the beginning of the year, positioning yourself, you will now have bigger teams, and those teams are really about getting in and getting registered. What you need to do is you get in and you choose the package you want. Whether you want a startup, a scale up, a powerhouse, or unicorn is totally up to you. Remember, you can at all times upgrade your package to the next level. That is, again, up to you. But in order to really understand the dynamics of it, you need to get in, get registered, and get a Metaversy package. And Raj will tell you in a few minutes here about the importance of having a package, especially in this time. Now, this here slide is one that I really want you to get. I want you to understand it. I want you to talk to your leaders about this, because it will help bring forth true transparency, meaning everybody knows what is actually going on. But it will also block questions that will be answered later on. Here we will try to give you an idea of when these things will be appearing, what will be appearing, so that there are things that we will gradually basically reveal to you as we are moving through the different phases. Now, it's up to you to say when you think that you're comfortable doing, activating yourself and your businesses. So phase one is to start Metaversy pre-launch. This is all about securing your position. When you are offering an opportunity to a network as big as Crowd One is, you got to understand the complexity of that, because we do realize that not everyone are active. Not everyone is active every day, and there's some that have even not had any activity for maybe a year. But everyone would like to have the dynamics of their team. They would like to secure their value of having built the infrastructure. Everybody would love to have built the organization once and earned on multiple opportunities. So the process of registration has been very, very, it's a delicate matter. And that's why you would have witnessed that we have had, in the first phase here, some very restricted allowances, meaning first we let in the ambassadors, and then we're letting in the senior presidents and so forth. And gradually you are going to see more and more being allowed to come in and position. Right now, the idea is just get yourself registered, get your team registered here, because that's really the first step in participating. Swimming, you learn in the water. Now, the next phase is going to be onboarding and registration. It's going to be a pioneer super month. And again, this is to give the opportunity to everyone. Now, Third phase is still going to be onboarding and registration. We're talking about roughly 50 million people around the world, plus growth, that there's a lot of positioning going on right now. This Metaversy phenomenon is going to really require a proper setup. Now, in phase 3, there will be a Metaversy live event, and there will be a Metaversy game presentation. And read, please, first edition. It's going to be the first reveal of the game presentation. Like I said in the beginning, it's going to be a living thing. It's going to evolve, but you will see the first real game presentation. You heard me describe it a little bit, but here you will get a hands-on presentation of what is what and when you can expect to start really actively playing the game. But what we're doing now, and keep that in mind, is we're launching a business. The business is the game. So you need to view this as a business owner and not just as an in-game player. On the fourth phase, you're going to see again onboarding and registration going like crazy. The Metaversy super strategies launch and the Metaversy game presentation 2 is going to come in the fourth phase. Now, I know for those of you looking right now, you're saying, well, when is phase 4? When is phase 3? We will get to that still. Now, phase 5, look at it, still, it's onboarding and registration, because at this point, we're going away from just registering the people that are already there into really building the momentum of the next phase, is building your business, it's expanding them based on the excitement and the evolving project that you have at hand. Because in phase 5, you're already witnessing a warm-up for the real launch, and you're witnessing the 3rd edition of the game presentation. So by now there will be more transparency. By now there will be a lot more going on. More people will understand where this is going. But the real winners will be the ones who understood the process from the beginning, those who really built up for it, because they will have the biggest amount of people who collectively, and that's the key, collectively understand the same thing and are ready to build. Now in the 6th phase, it's a public world launch, and that's going to happen in November in 2022. Right now, we just entered May, and if you look at it, those are some very, very short months to really go out and build for it. We're heading into summer months. We're heading into a time where so much is going on. Some people are going on and say, no, summer. Those people that are totally missing the big momentum and networking. There will be more information. It's just a summer. They are the ones that are really benefiting from these 3 magical months that we're going into, and this is the rollout plan. What I need to tell you also is there will be more information as we are moving forward. There might be some things that are changing, and when you hear that, to some people it might sound like, oh, is it not under control? I'll tell you that's not it. What is the reality is this: any project that you are launching as a business person might see some things that are not favorable, and we will adapt to that. They might see some things that are very favorable, and we will adapt that into it too. So what you need to see here is, and when you're looking at this, and particularly at this call, you're a leader, and we expect you to understand this as our collective plan moving forward. Now, there's a promotion involved here, and I'm gonna hand over to my good friend Raj, the man with the voice of power. Raj, are you with us?
Thank you so much, Jens. Absolutely. I was just waiting for this. I mean, elaboratively explained by you as to what should be the action plan. As most of the leaders here, we know what should be done. However, I know there are a lot of enthusiasm in the field. There are a lot of questions coming up, but If you look at it in terms of the promotion, we are here to tell you that you have a chance of taking in 150% additional more virtual options. Now, virtual options, generally, these are the questions what people ask, what our leaders have been asking. Virtual options are the virtual stocks used for tokenization, which would be distributed after the launch. Now, since we have the Metaversy Super Month going on, you can see right here on your screen the Metaversy Super Pioneer Month. Now, what do you have to do? We have to act fast. We need to ensure that we capitalize, we connect till the last mile, even with the inactives from our team, and let them know about what the benefits are if they wish to leverage a business of growth and success. Now, if you have a quite closer look, what are we offering here in this? The first week says that if you, in this pre-launch, register yourself with a package, you get within the first week 150% additional. We have been explaining since for many examples and many point of views. So say, for example, I have 10,000 virtual options. And if I have subscribed my package, I have joined here, I've joined in early, I get 10,000 plus 15,000 VO virtual options, which is total 25,000 virtual options. And that is the advantage that you get as soon as you join early. If we go ahead, we talk about the MetaStream bonus. What exactly is the MetaStream bonus? MetaStream, as the name says. However, before MetaStream, it's important for us to know that as and when the weeks pass by, the first week goes off, you miss out on the 150% extra. If the second week passes out, it goes off, you miss on 125% extra, if 100% extra. So now it's on you to decide whether you and your team wish to be in the first week and get the maximum incentivization of the virtual options, or you would want to wait until the 25th week, wherein you just get 4% additional. I mean, the best part that I look at it is that even during the last few days, we are still ensuring that most of our members, most of our entrepreneurs and leaders do benefit, even for the slightest bit, which is 4% additional. However, if we are able to connect till the last mile, like I reiterate and I rephrase it time and again, we would still be incentivizing. Definitely, we should not be waiting until the last week and grab the maximum that you have and leverage the network that you currently have. If we move on to the next slide, we talk about the MetaStream bonus. Now, MetaStream bonus, what exactly is this? It is a simple phenomena when we have a look into this particular slide. MetaStream is a bonus that gets you the superpower in game every week. Firstly, on how many packages, which package did you buy? The number of people you have invited and the value of your own package. This is the pre-launch Pioneer package that we call about. It is a very self-explanatory slide. Look at it. If at all you have purchased a starter pack and you have not invited anyone, and if there are 5,000 members who have registered after you, you get 3 virtuals. Virtuals and virtual options are the same, by the way. Also, the best part, look at the acceleration done by the team here. As soon as you log into your back office, as soon as you sign in, you go to C Store. From there, you select Metaversy, and then you see where exactly you are. So I had this question from one of our leaders saying that, how would I know how many people have joined after me? The best part, click on your back office, go to your back office, check the Metaversy. As soon as you scroll down, you would see an intersection as to where exactly do you stand. Are you at a powerhouse package? Are you at a scale-up package? How many have you personally sponsored with a package? And then you see what is the virtuals that you are entitled for, what you are eligible for. Moving on to this, if you have a look at this slide, the next slide, please, we know that if at all I have sponsored, say, for example, just personally sponsored, by the way, personally invited, say, for example, 10 people. I have personally sponsored 10 people, but I am myself on a scale-up package. In that case, the maximum capacity or the maximum cap that I have is of 40 virtuals. It's a very self-explanatory slide. So as Jens was reiterating here, we need to ensure that we speak to everyone in the team, pick up the phone, talk to them, explain them about what this is, how this would be existing in the MetaStream world, in the meta world, basically, and then you can further get onto it. The process is pretty simple. The MetaStream bonus, this is an incentivization that you can have for yourself. If we move on to the next slide, Jens, we see what it is. It is up to the level of 20. So there are a lot of confusions, which I was also talking with a couple of leaders. In the previous slide, it was the number of weeks that we had. It's very simple. It's very elaborative and eloquently written here, but still I would want to rephrase it once again. In the previous slide that we saw 150%, 125%, that was all virtual options. Here, this is the level of MetaStream bonus that we are talking about. And when we move forward, the process is pretty simple, as explained by Jens. The first thing that we have to do is register. Have a Crowd1 account. What is then the next step? If we look at it, the binary points. Now, a beautiful example here, again, for all of you. If you've already purchased a Metaversy package, you receive commission in binary points, BP. The larger is your package, the more BP you acquire. Example, I am a person here who has taken a startup package. So as a startup, I get 30 BP. If people in my team have signed up for a scale-up package, I still receive 30 BP. Similarly, if I have someone in my team who's taken unicorn package, I would still receive only 30 BP. Eventually, it's the same thing with a scale-up package. If I have taken a scale-up package, the maximum cap that I have is 150, irrespective of whether someone in my team has taken a higher package, which is scale-up himself, powerhouse, or unicorn. Now for startup, the BP remains the same. Moving on, there's another example here, which is beautifully described. If at all I am in the powerhouse package, if we move on to the next slide, when we have the powerhouse package, the maximum cap that you have for the BP is 750. And therefore, if, example, I have taken a powerhouse package and people in my team have taken startup, scale up, they receive the actual BP, which is 30 for startup and 150 for scale up. However, since I have taken the powerhouse, which is 750 BP, a person in my team taking powerhouse is again getting me 750 BP, and the person who has taken unicorn would still receive 750. But the game entirely changes, dear leaders, here. When you've taken the unicorn package, you receive 30 for the startup, 150 scale up, 750 BP for the powerhouse. And if there are 10 other people in your team who have taken unicorn package, you receive 3,000 BP for each one of them. That's just an example, but there can be hundreds, there can be thousands. So it totally depends on which package you've purchased for yourself. And therefore, reiterating that it's important that we get the maximum incentivization. This is the pre-launch period. Definitely you have an option to upgrade yourself. And as soon as you hit your back office, you see that there is an option on whichever package you have signed up for today, there would be an option to upgrade yourself with the remaining amount. I mean, this is spectacular. This is brilliant because here everyone is given a chance to take the maximum, get the maximum benefit. And trust me, earn higher commission with the largest package. Simple example, reiterating it here. You take a startup package, and then someone within your team takes a unicorn package. The only thing that you receive is 30 BP and 60 rank point. However, if you've taken a unicorn package yourself, 3000 BP, which is 10 times higher, 10x is what we call. When you sign up for the highest, you receive 10x. And therefore, these questions keep coming out in the field. Then what if I take a smaller package? What would be my commission? What would be my withdrawals at the end? You have your answer right here. You have taken a unicorn package, you get 3000 BP, and someone in your team has taken up a unicorn package, you receive 3000 BP from them and 6000 rank points. I mean, this is magnificent. Something that is self-explanatory. But again, as we move on to the next slide, we see that there are a few other questions coming up. There is a very strategic decision which has been taken by, as Jens has mentioned, in the rollout of these beautiful submissions on your product Metaversy. I know all of us are excited. I know most of us are accelerated towards having more and more and more, but trust me, there's no one who would tell you what to do. There's no one who would give you the right call to action of what should be done. And here, we are here for you, reiterating it, paraphrasing it again and again, that now you have to ensure that everyone, and most of them in your team, should, the maximum people should actually sign up for the Metaversy package. Then, as and when the information flows, you know that there are other benefits associated to it. From 27th of April until the 30th of May, you receive 150% additional virtual options, a 100% rank booster. You have the METASTREAM bonus, wherein you're actually positioning yourself and you're securing your position in the METASTREAM bonus count. All Metaversy packages include BP during the entire pre-launch period. Also, not to forget, from the 1st of June onwards, you have to sign in every day to claim your reward. I repeat that once again, from June onwards, from the 1st of June, it's going to be open for all, wherein you would be claiming every day, you'd be logging in every day, signing in every day, and you can receive your claims. And you know what the benefit is for the claims, as it what had in the loyalty points, as we have seen it previously, and here we'll be on a rollout from the June. Now, the call to action is as simple as you can see. And we have said this time and again, you need to secure your MetaStream. So before I pick up my phone and I probably talk to 10 people in my team, I need to first secure my position. Which package do I need to take? What is my maximum incentivization on the virtuals that we are talking about? Do I receive 100% rank booster or not? This is a call to action that I would first do, securing my own position, securing my MetaStream. This is all about taking the massive decision. You are here because you have taken a massive decision, and trust me, you can be the game changer, not only for yourself, but also for your team. There are a lot of nitty-gritties, there are a lot of nuances, and there are a lot of detailings on Metaversy, which I'm sure most of you are awaiting. There is a strong back-end process which is going on, and this would be shared to you as well as and when the time progresses. Right now, only one thing: have many people from your team register as soon as they can, and of course, avail the maximum benefit out of it.
Thank you so much, Raj. You just made it all so much better. Your power, your knowledge, it's a great pleasure. I can't wait to be working more with you. Now we also talked about events, and we always got to remember that events is really what are building our businesses. We have the online events, such as this one, but we also have the physical events. And this is really a save the date for you. On the 27th on the 27th and the 28th of June 2022, there will be a World Metaversy Expo. World Metaversy Expo, and it is announced that it is going to be in Stockholm. That is the announcement. Right now, we're looking, because we had some challenges with some people that might not be able to get their visas in time. So save the date. Save the date. I'm not saying it's not going to be Stockholm, but what I'm saying is at the time, we're not 100% sure, because we want to make sure that everyone can attend the event. And that's why there's a little uncertainty on that. So please know that when you're booking your tickets, please know that before making larger arrangements and so forth. But the dates are definitely staying the same. On the 27th and the 28th of June, you're going to experience a lot of stuff. You're going to see the real game reveal of Metaversy. So there will be a lot going on. You're going to meet the team behind. You are going to see really the full launch of Moonbirdie, who is also going to be there. I mean, Moonbirdie also, Rachel from Moonbirdie joined us in Dubai, but they are really going to take their business to the next level. And so we're looking into some very, very exciting month here, as a lot of things are being not just rolled out, but being stepped up in the process of rolling out. And one of the things that's really so exceptional with this business model is that, excuse me, you get to work like an entrepreneur. You really get to see things being both launched, growing, and being, being added into the public market. So this date is something you really want to save with your team. The tickets are available in your back office payable by BP at the moment. So go in and secure your ticket, secure the time in your calendar, because this is the time where all of the serious players of Crowd1 will come together to really witness what are the next steps going to be, and how are the next, the last 6 months of this year. I can't believe we're already talking about the last 6 months of 2022, but time flies really, really fast. And on June, you really want to be there. You want to have all the information so that you can make a really, really informed decision to your commitment of the rest of the year. So with that said, I want to thank you, Raj, one more time for being on the call here today. I can promise all of you guys, Raj will be following us on these calls, and we're very, very, again, excited to have you on board. Have a great Wednesday. Make sure you make the most of it. The decisions you make, you follow up in the first 60 seconds after making this decision. If not, nothing will really happen to it. So remember that whenever you decide something, take action. Take action immediately, regardless what it is. Write something down, call somebody. It's up to you. But really, really, you got to cope with the fact within the first 60 seconds after you have an idea, it will be determined whether you're really going to move on it. Commit to yourself, not to anyone else, and get moving. See you next Wednesday. Thank you. Over and out.
Yan, over and out